evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening in beautiful Elora, Ontario, in center Wellington, nonetheless. 19 minutes to our first dash. Track condition listed as fast. The temperature will be recorded as 24 degrees Celsius. Just a perfect night for racing. And race number one, scratched is one, Yeti, set, go. Race one, scratch one, Yeti, set, go. Race number two, scratch is a 5 and 6, scratch 5 and 6, Nassau, Hanover, and Galterio, Hanover. In race number three, number 6, Magic's Lucky Charm, the driver to be announced. Race 3, 6, Magic's Lucky Charm, the driver to be announced. Race 4, scratched is number 2, Tater Tots. And race number 5, no changes. No changes, race 5. Race number 6, number 5, Calm, Cool, Collected. Changing blinkers to blind bridle. That is blinkers to blind bridle. And 7, RJ Hooker is scratch 7. And note the number 8 is Show Me Some Muscle. A program note, races from the trailer post. Race 7, number 4, Patrick Hanover. Bridle change, blind bridle to blinkers. And races 8 and 9, no changes. No changes, races 8 or 9. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, scratched is 1, Yeti, set, go. And the second race scratch is a 5 and 6. Well, it's now 17 minutes to post time and time to welcome in our handicapping expert. And Rob, it was really went Monday night at the end of the card, but it's dry now and we're ready to rock and roll. I hope you've got your handicapping hat expert on.
Well, I do have the handicapping expert hat on, Gary. Let's hope it works out tonight, though, right? I mean, a little bit of a rough one at times on Monday, but hey, we're going to turn it around on a wonderful Wednesday. Even more wonderful tonight because it is National Caretaker Appreciation Day here at Grand River Raceway, and it's great that we get to recognize the unsung heroes of the sport, the people that have the closest relationship to the beautiful animals that make up this amazing sport of harness racing. So really excited to be a part of this card. Because we get to say thank you to all those amazing caretakers out there. We've only got 9 dashes tonight on this wonderful Wednesday, but still some great wagering opportunities throughout the card. We're still going to have our pick 5, both pick 4s. Just going to start a race earlier tonight with that late pick 4 sequence. But as always, Gary and I will come back at around 8 minutes to post to break down that pick 5 wager. 7 minutes away till the opener here at Grand River Raceway on a wonderful Wednesday and National Caretakers Appreciation Day. Pick 5 time, as always, at around this time. Gary and I will give you our suggested wagers for the big multi-leg wager that starts off in our opener tonight. Guaranteed pool $2,500, and tonight I'm spending about what I usually spend, not spending too much. I would say about an average spend for me tonight, and it got a lot more difficult when a late scratch came in on the one Yeti Set Go. Obviously, early enough before the broadcast, but long after my selections were done. And Yeti Set Go was one I was quite fond of here in the opener. I'm sure Gary was too, because Gary kind of put me onto this mare a little while back. So interesting to see what he does with this race as well. So I went 3 deep now with the 2 Rose Run Why Not, who is even money right now, the 3 Jackson Storm, and my top selection, the 6 Headline Maker, who I think was going to actually probably win that race last week if he didn't make that miscue. But will he stay flat tonight is a big question. 2-3-6 for me in the opener. Race number 2, we're scratched to a field of 4. I'm going to use half the field with the 1 and 4. My top selection is the 4 Rising Dragon. Love the way that he raced last time first over. I think that a similar effort puts him in the winner's circle, but rail control for Dance Machine is interesting. Last time he had that spot, he was second to Twain Sealster, who I think would have his way with that group. So 2 deep there with the 1 and 4. Race number 3, I'm going to single the 2, Will He or Won't He? This veteran, I think, is trending in the right direction. 2 seconds in his last 2 and looking good doing it. Last time fought off Sicario for that place spot, did so by quite a wide margin. I think Sicario is still dangerous. He's a horse I always pick, so Robert Off angles in full effect tonight, but I'm going to single the 2, Willie or Won't He in race number 3. And then in race number 4, 2 deep with the 2 obvious ones, I think, the 4 Sharia Moore, the 5 Millie's Million, the 6 Society Jill just missed the cut of my ticket, and the money leg going to go 4 deep. 1, 3, 5, and 7. We're taking the odd number of horses in the race, and I do think that that's where you want to be. Black Betty has the rail, but I think you got to like Exotic Dragon off the last effort from post 7, and the 5 Reina Miraggio, I think, might wake up with a big effort here at the river after racing at Mohawk Park last time. Layla Blue, thought she probably could have done more damage if she didn't get locked in. Post 7 is going to be a big test. $9.60 is my ticket, but let's hear what Gary Guy has in store for us.
Well, it could be an interesting one this evening, and we'll see how this pick 5 plays out. But oh, by the way, I'm actually going to take the 4 and the 1 in the second race. So I'm going 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And we learned on Monday night. I did learn something. 3 times 3 is 9, and I learned here that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 adds up to $6.40. 32 combinations. And you learned on Monday night to take more than 1 horse in the first race. I'm glad to see that you also learned as well. So let's get a look at this. I have the 2 Rose Run Why Not and Dirt, so we differ there. But you know what? I'm just a little afraid of Headline Maker. I agree with you, but I don't know. So I thought I'd take a shot and leave Headline Maker out, off of making that break last time out. In the second race, Rising Dragon and Dance Machine. Race number 3, I think the 2 that stand out, Willie or Won't He and Sicario. I'm surprised you went with Willie or Won't He, which I did on top. I know Sicario is one of your favorite horses, but I guess you're with me on Willie or Won't He. In the fourth race, the 4 and 5 are the 2 to beat, and I used the 5 on top, as you can see that we went in that order. And then in race number 5, I think it's the 3 Exotic Dragon, and I went with 5 Random Miraggio. I know you used Black Betty in there. $6.40.
There you have it, folks. So $6.40 for Gary, and I don't think we're expecting any rain in the forecast, but he is playing the role of Noah this evening. Noah's Ark 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. But I like the ticket. I do like that ticket. Headline Maker in the opener is one that I am going to put on top, but I understand the hesitation to using that one here. So again, Gary's spending $6.40. And I'm going to stick with my $9.60 ticket, and I'm going to put all my eggs in the basket of Willie or Won't He tonight. And I'm kind of riding some horses that Gary has put me onto in the last few weeks. So let's see how this works out. You got 3 minutes away until the horses are moving out onto the track for the opening race of the evening. Again, the guarantee for this pick 5 is $2,500. Get your wagers in now. We'll come back after the post race, take a closer look at the opening dash.
field for race number 1 is on parade. 1 is scratch. 2 is Rose Run Why Not. The groom is Glenn Young. Travis Henry drives for Brian Lawrence. Number 3 is Jackson Storm. Travis Cullen drives, and the groom is Jennifer DeFoy and Alan Fairtrains. 4 is Rebel on the Double. Alfie Carroll drives, and the groom is Dave Holliday. Dave's also the trainer. 5 is Royal Leaf. George Katros drives and trains and owns, and the groom is Katerina Bosniak. Number 6, Headline Maker. Boston Sorry driving. The groom is Dag Hendrickson, who's also the trainer. And number 7 is All Our Wishes. Brent McDonough for Paul Cameron and TJ Stables. And Paul Cameron's also the groom. And number 8 is Chili and Toast. Tyler Borth for Bud Sinclair and Lindsay Sinclair, and Tom Strawn and Quinn Sinclair is the groom. And number 9 is Dirt. Paul McKenzie drives for Paul Meekins and Saltwater Stable. And Paul Meekins is also the groom as well as training. Let's get a look at this field, and we're going to start with number 6, Headline Maker. Well, the headline is, will he stay flat? Breaks in 2 of the last 3.
That is the big question, Gary. And I mean, it's one of those hold your breath plays, right? If you're going to bet Headline Maker, you've really got to hold your breath the whole mile, because he's made breaks at the start. Last time he kind of made a break for no reason, took himself what I thought to be out of contention, and then actually came back, and I thought may have even finished better than that 6th if he was able to get that clearance up the passing lane in the stretch there. But looks okay tonight. Looks pretty sharp. Post 5 to work from. Good price, 6 to 1. Again, he's definitely the horse I want to be on here, just because, again, I thought that he raced really well last time, and he's capable of winning in here. But again, it all comes down to just him minding his manners.
Number 2, Rose Run Why Not? Well, there's the why to take him, and there's the why not to take him. I think the not is 7th last time out, but the why is better post and now back on 7 days later.
Exactly. The regular rotation is the key to Rose Run Why Not, and really the only way I can get behind her here, because I'll be honest, I watched that replay a number of times, and I was not that impressed by it. She seemed kind of empty in the stretch. It looks like she may have got into some traffic trouble. She really wasn't. She came home in 32 and 2. She looks okay in the track right now. I looked at it and said that, she might be a bit of a trap horse at a short price, and she's 6 to 5 right now. So I have her on the ticket. She was given my 3rd choice if Yeti Set Go had been in here. She gets bumped up to my 2nd choice. Again, if she steps forward and wins like she did 2 starts ago in this class, I would not be surprised. But I would not be rushing to bet her at a short number.
Jackson Storm is one that I think there's some nice things on the paper, and it might be time for Jackson Storm to win.
Yeah, I think so too. He's a horse that I would say he's an improving type, and he's a horse that's kind of shown some flashes of being a good horse throughout his career so far. He's hit the board in 8 of 15 this season. Last time he had post 8, so we're just going to cross that one right off the program page like we usually do. And 2 back from the trailing post, he went a nice mile to finish 2nd to Patrick Hanover, who we're going to see later on in the card, and is one that I'm quite fond of racing against tougher. So I think you've got to respect Jackson Storm. I think he gets along well with Travis Cullen. The inside starting spot's only got to help his chances, and if he can beat, Rose Run Why Not off the gate, I think it's obviously going to put him in a pretty good position.
And number 7, All Our Wishes, is one that shows good form but has a tough post position.
Yeah, slides into the 6 hole, so it gets a little bit better for All Our Wishes. Last time I was a little bit surprised with how well, she raced moving up to this level. She was a winner by the skin of her teeth, 2 back in the level below this, but stepped up and raced pretty well. Now, albeit that was from post 2, we still might see that speed tonight. We always say, in these trotting races, maybe she can get away well off the gate. I think she's overlay right now, 15 to 1.
Number 9, Dirt. I like this one. 12 to 1 on the board. I know it's the trailer post. We'll see if there's some gate speed. That is a bit of a question, but I think Dirt races for a strong barn and could be a nice play at a price.
The last time was 3rd to Charmbo Prince, and I mean that horse has gone to do some great things and got beat by a wide margin. But you look at the classes that he's been racing in, and right now I'm feeling like maybe I overlooked this one. This might be one that you put me onto for next time, Gary, because trailing post concerns me. but is one that might be capable of getting away well if can follow some speed on the inside. And again, the classifications he's been racing in should mean he fits well with this group.
Well, the fans have gone with Rose Run Why Not. They've gone with the Why Not, and all the way down to 8-5 of the board. And your top one headline maker needs to stay flat to make it to the winner's circle. 9-2 on the board. Ticking up their positions, Rose Run Why Not, Jackson Storm, and Rubble on the double. In the center, Royal Leaf and Headline Maker. The outside, All Our Wishes and Chili and Toast. And the second tier, Dirt. It's a field of 8. It's race number 1. There at the start of the rough, Royal Leaf will get out well. Royal Leaf and Rose Run Why Not on the inside. And then Headline Maker, and on the inside, Dirt is getting out well from the trailer post. Into the backstretch they go. Dirt is racing fourth now. Then it is back to Chili and Toast and Jackson Storm and Rubble on the double. And All Our Wishes is trailing the field, but Royal Leaf and George Ketros with the lead. Headline Maker coming on the outside and dueling and trying to drive right up now and grab the front and take it from Royal Leaf. And Rose Run Why Not is racing third. Headline Maker leads it by a neck, is still being parked by Royal Leaf, and then Rose Run Why Not. And Dirt is racing fourth, about 6 lengths off the lead. And then it is back to Chili and Toast and Jackson Storm. And it is Royal Leaf insisting on the lead. Headline Maker has been parked. On the inside is Rose Run Why Not. And Dirt is racing positioned fourth. It is Royal Leaf and Headline Maker. Halftime was recorded in 57 off a 28-2 opening quarter. And Rose Run Why Not is right there in a good spot on the inside third. And Dirt within striking distance racing fourth into the backstretch. Royal Leaf at 7-1, but Rose Run Why Not is looming in the pocket. Headline Maker on the outside is just about 2.5 lengths off the lead, but hasn't seen the inside, but hasn't thrown in the towel yet, but popping out of the pocket is Rose Run Why Not, but Royal Leaf still looks game on top. Rose Run Why Not, Headline Maker, and Dirt on the inside racing fourth, needs some room. Then Sunned Wide is Jackson Storm, but with a lot of work to do. It is Royal Leaf. Rose Run Why Not now finds a room to get to the outside, and Dirt is now driving up on the inside and is going to be looking for the passing lane. They turn for home, and it is Royal Leaf on down the stretch drive they come, and Royal Leaf is going to win this one. Royal Leaf, Rose Run Why Not. Dirt is third, and Headline Maker fourth, a mile of 1:59 and 1. Royal Leaf, one that I've liked in the past. What's with me?
I was just going to needle you about that, Gary Guy, because this is a horse that you must have picked on top like 5 or 6 times, maybe more than that, 8 or 9 times on top with Royal Leaf. And looking into it now in hindsight's 2020, trailing post last time, ended up getting away well, and was one that really didn't get many favors. This time around, who needs a favor when you go right to the lead and keep on trucking? Parked out Headline Maker, took away that one's chances, and took away everyone's chances by just scoring on the front end. Nice mile from Royal Leaf at a nice price.
I think I know why I didn't take him. The answer? I'm an idiot.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself. I mean,
well, sometimes that's all you can say after a race is you just look and just, I'm an idiot.
Well, it's a Gary off angle. We're going to bring that term out now since you like using the Robert off angle so much. There's some Robert off angles on the card tonight as well. So, I mean, we might end up, having quite a few of those tonight. Who knows? I know that Headline Maker, I really can't be upset about. Jackson Storm didn't really fire like I thought he would. I'd hope he'd get away well off the gate. He didn't. Your pick Dirt, actually, if I could bet the race live, I would have bet him because he was in a great position. I thought maybe he would make a nice run. Ended up finishing third, though, at 18-1.
Yeah, and well, I did like the 2 and 9, but Royal Leaf, that's just going to sting me for a while. And we're out of the pick 5. It was fun while it lasted. Not till the finish of the first race.
Yeah, well, it's National Caretakers Appreciation Day. It's not National Handicappers Appreciation Day, so I guess we'll just have to sit this one out.
Well, 5, 2, 9, 6, the top 4 rolling back in front of us. 5, Royal Leaf, a 3-year-old Cantab Hall Bay gelding. It's the 4th win this year, the 6th win lifetime. Royal Leaf. George Ketros victorious in race number 1 with Royal Leaf in 159-1. And note the winning caretaker in that first race, Katarina Bosniak. The first race payouts: 5 Royal Leaf, $16.85 and 410. 2 Rose Run, Why Not, $370, $340 and 9 Dirt, $520. $2 exactor, $92, $30 try, $289.85 superfecta, $1,181.95. Fans note in race number 2, 1 dance machine, a claim entered. Claim entered on 1 dance machine. And also note that we have a driver change. Race number 6, number 2, Century Isaiah. It'll be Ron Waples Jr. Ron Waples Jr. will drive to Century Isaiah. The first race order finish from the top is a scratch 275-14683. That's scratch 275-14683. Field for the second on parade. One is Dance Machine. Dance Machine. Austin Sorry for Courtney Robson and Julie Sagan. Courtney Robson is the groom. Number 2 is Prime Time, Sealster, Colin Kelleher, Kyle Bossons, and the groom is Daphne Sullivan. Number 3 is One Man Army. Paul McKenzie driving and training and owning as well. And the groom is Mary Turcott. And 4 is Rising Dragon. Scott Kohler for Sheldon Rose. And the groom is Dave Helks. Field of 4, race number 2. Did you notice the picks, Rob? Every handicapper has 4, 1, 2, 3. I was saying to Christine, I'll bet you it doesn't come 4, 1, 2, 3 because that would seem too easy.
It would. It's like those, broadcasts when you see like a football game and all the experts pick the same team. Well, it usually happens, right? It usually is a sign for impending doom for their selections. But you know what? Listen, I thought Rising Dragon raced fantastic last time. I really did. Went first up and was used pretty hard on the outside of Diamond Rock before settling for the show spot. And he did so from, getting away, 5th off the gates. This time around with only 4 horses in the race, he won't have too far to come if he's trying to come from out of it. But I think we might try to see some speed off the switch tonight. 3-1, surprise with the price. If we're all on board, I guess no one's listening to us.
Well, One Dance Machine, the claim is in, but boy, I can't take 3-5 on a horse that hasn't got a win in the past 43.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult, to take Dance Machine in the win position. And, he's a horse that we always talk about as one that you can't leave off your exotic tickets because he hits the board with frequency. And, 11 for 27 this year, 5 for 16 last year. But again, that big goose egg in the win column. He looks sharp in the track right now. Maybe getting scratched down to this short field of 4 might be able, to help thrust him into the winner's circle. But sometimes horses just have a tendency of landing underneath, right? And I think that might be the case with Dance Machine. So I can't get there at that price, 4-5. I probably wouldn't even get there at 2-1. I mean, I think I would need a bigger number than that. But obviously, one you've got to use in your exotics.
Primetime Sealster is one that's hard to figure because he's made $1,000 to start this year, but boy, he hasn't really done much of late for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen his best. There's no question about that. But we've got the rock solid connections, right? That we're not afraid to fire on, right? Kyle Bossenson, Colin Kelly, and he's a horse that there was a point in time where we would look at him in this class and probably expect him to be the one that's something to 5 as an odds-on favorite. But those days are behind him right now. But who knows? He might be able to bounce back with a better effort here tonight. Post 2. Maybe we see him try to use some speed off the switch, but for me, he would be my 3rd choice in this field of 4.
Well, and number 3, One Man Army, a pair of 8s and a 9 in the past 3. Well, one thing we know for certain, it won't be that bad tonight because the worst he can do is 4th.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good race to be an owner, right? You're guaranteed to walk away with a check. And One Man Army is a horse that, I was actually on his bandwagon, if you remember, Gary, not too long ago. It was in July, those efforts here, and I was a little bit disappointed with the way he raced when he did go off as the even money favorite on July the 20th. I thought he probably should have finished off his mile a little stronger, and since then, he really hasn't had much to offer. So I'm not sure if he wakes up tonight. I personally think that 5-1 probably is a bit shorter than it should be, but is he capable of beating this group with his best? Absolutely.
Well, it is a field of 4. We'll see if it comes 4, 1, 2, 3. That's the way all of the handicappers have it. A lot of action on Dance Machine with a claim in 3-5 on a horse that's 0 for the last 43. We're going to see if it could be a 1 for 44 as the field is moving in behind the gate. Field for the second race. Taking up their positions on the gate. Dance Machine, Primetime Sealster, One Man Army, and Rising Dragon. Field of 4 for the second. And they're at the start of the rough. One Man Army is going to drive quickly. Dance Machine on the inside. And then it is Rising Dragon racing to the outside third. And Primetime Sealster is positioned fourth. And into the backstretch they go. And with the front right now, one man army marches out to a lead of about 2 1/4. Dance Machine is dancing second and wants to move up and get a little closer, and now is going to move to the outside. Dance Machine wants to drive right up and grab the lead. It is now Dance Machine who's waltzing up to take the front. One Man Army is now marching second, Primetime Sealster third, and Rising Dragon is racing fourth as they work on around the turn. They race their way off an opening quarter at 27-2. Dance Machine and Austin Sorey 4 to 5 on the board has the lead, and One Man Army is second, Primetime Sealster third, and Rising Dragon is still racing fourth as they work their way past the half. 56-1, a solid half for this class. They're about to enter the backstretch. Dance Machine is leading it. One Man Army is stalking from the pocket. Primetime Sealster third, and Rising Dragon is racing fourth still, and about 5 1/4 off the lead, and they hustle on towards 3/4. Dance Machine leading it as they race on to the 3/4 mile marker, and then racing second, One Man Army. Primetime Sealster took out, scooting up the inside, Rising Dragon, and they get by 3/4, 125-2. Dance Machine still leads at a length and 3/4. One Man Army is second. Rising Dragon is high here now, but a lot of work to do. Dance Machine, Rising Dragon is rising up now on down the stretch drive. They come. Dance Machine. Dance Machine is going to break the old for the last 2 years and win it. Rising Dragon second, then Primetime Sealster and One Man Army 155-4. Dance Machine got off the schneid in terms of the win column the last couple years, and certainly a strong effort, Rob.
Yeah, it was a strong effort, and it was a well-earned victory too, right? I mean, sometimes in these short fields, you'll see a horse, go to the front, and there won't be much action. I mean, 27-2, 56-1, 125-2. There was action throughout that mile, and Paul McKenzie, of course, sent One Man Army to the front, probably his best chance to get a big piece of it. And then Dance Machine comes around. Rising Dragon tried to leave out Gary. Didn't have the horsepower early to get away well, and then had to just kind of close up to be second. But it was never getting to Dance Machine.
No, and Dance Machine, as you mentioned, put in those solid fractions. I thought Rising Dragon might have waited a little too long to move, but still, it wouldn't have maybe mattered. It was still beaten by enough that even if you move early, you're probably just going to finish a closer second.
Yeah, I think it was second place was the inevitable result for Rising Dragon. He was, I think, waiting on Primetime Sealster for part of that mile anyways, hoping to get that cover, but that one really never was able to take a step forward. So then went in the inside and made a move late there. But Dance Machine's first victory since December 6th of 2020.
Well, all of the handicappers had it as 4-1-2-3. It comes 1-4-2-3. We knew it just wasn't going to come the way we had it all laid out. Back in front of us is one Dance Machine, a 5-year-old Royal Majesty Bay gelding, owned by Julie Seguin of Gatineau, Quebec. Courtney Robson is the trainer. Austin Sorey is the winning driver. First win in a couple of seasons, 6th win lifetime. Dance Machine, 155-4. The second race payouts, one Dance Machine, 370, 230, and 4 Rising Dragon, 280. $2 exactor is 750. The double of 5 and 1, 60-30. Note the order of finish from the second 1-3-4-2. The claim of Dance Machine. The new trainer will be Chris Johnston.
Dance Machine gets off the schneid in race number 2. Hopefully, yours truly can do the same by cashing a pick 4 ticket, which starts right here, the early pick 4, right here in race number 3, guaranteed pool, $2,500. And we're going to start off with a single, and our single is getting smashed right now at the windows, 2-5 on Willie or Won't He. And I just thought he's been racing fantastic as of late. Obviously, the betting public agrees. Second in each of his last 2. Facing a solid group, but I think runner up to Cool Muscle and Serenity Cruise, he can now turn it into a winning effort in this spot. 2-5. Hopefully that price floats up a little bit. I thought they would be betting both Willie Roney and Sicario, and I'm going to go off Old Faithful for me and Sicario and just single Willie or Won't He. And race number 4, staying true to my pick 5 ticket, the 4 and 5 Sharia Moore and Millie's Million. I think they're the main 2 you want to have in there. In race number 5, 1, 3, 5, and 7, 4 deep in there. The odd numbers, I do give the edge to the 3 Exotic Dragon in there. And then in race number 6, the 4, 5, and 6. It's an interesting, numbers of 20,000 trot race in the money leg of this wager. I do like the 4 Angel with Attitude, but Lovely Echo, post 8 last time, raced well to finish 4th. Now moves in those couple of spots, might be what that one needs. And of course, Calm Cool Collected could come up with a better effort as well. So 3 deep in there. That ticket will cost you $4.80 for a 20-cent wager. And I hear Gary coming in. So we're going to get a ticket from Mr. Gary Guy.
Well, look, I think we have to go with Willie or Won't He. I've been chasing him for a while, so I've got to stay loyal. Although I do have some respect for Sicario in there, one of your favorite horses. But Willie or Won't He, and then Sharia Moore and Millie's Million. So I'll take the 2 of those. So there's 2. But in race number 5, I have Exotic Dragon and Random Miragio. So those 2. So there's 4 combinations. And then I'm going to keep it simple and just have the 4, 5, 6. And in the 6th and the final leg, just keeping it down to the 4, 5, 6 there. That's the win 4 ticket.
Well, there you have it. That's 12 combinations that Gary and I can both punch a winning ticket here in this early pick 4 sequence. We mentioned it last race, so folks, look at those selections there. 2-4 from everybody. Hopefully we break the trend of that not coming to fruition. You've got a couple minutes away to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 4 sequence. Again, the pool is guaranteed at $2,500. We'll be back in just a few minutes to take a closer look at race number 3.
Field for race number 3 is on post parade. One is Let's Take to the Sky, Travis Cullen for Dave Holliday. The groom is Ben Holliday. Number 2 is Willie or Won't He, Colin Kelly for Kyle Bossens. And the groom is Biffle. Number 3 is Missy's Magic Man. Jason Bryan drives and trains, and the groom is Marie DuPont. And number 4 is Sicario Brepadonna for Richard Moreau and Pamela and John Heen, and the groom is Vanessa Hook. And number 5 is Midnight Miracle, Travis Henry for Mark Hetzel. Groom is Danny Bellick. And number 6, Magic's Lucky Charm, Paul McKenzie for Dolores Basilone. Eric Wilson, the groom. And number 7, Herb's Journey, Scott Cultiver Duncan Brewer, and the groom is Michelle Brennan. It's a field of 7 for the third race. Let's get a look at this field, and, well, Rob, we think he will. 2, Willie or Won't He, 6-5, a lot of people agree.
Yeah, and he's probably just having some fun in post-race when he was on the gallop there. But yeah, Willie or Won't He, I just thought that he's been racing really well. Looks sharp now on the track, I'll tell you that. Looks like he's feeling pretty good about himself out there. Ears are up, and he's been racing really well to be second in his last 2. You jumped on his bandwagon, actually, Gary, on Industry Day at a price 11-1. He went to the front on that occasion, couldn't withstand some really talented trotters late in the mile, but then came back and has since been the runner-up in 2 straight and raced really well in doing so. So I think he's ready to get back to the winner's circle now. He draws inside and should be firing early. It just really depends if he can go all the way, I think, on the engine. Sicario is likely going to be the main challenger, the main danger, and he's a classy horse that with 30 lifetime wins, but I give the edge to Willie or Won't He tonight.
Well, thanks for reminding me that I jumped on him when he finished 6th. But listen, Sicario's one that you've been on, and I don't see any wins in the column there either. I do see some seconds and thirds, though.
Well, I've been on his bandwagon quite a few times when he's been a winner, but we'll leave the humble brags for you, Gary Guy. But anyways, listen, he's a classy horse that is always in the mix. I honestly believe he's one of the hardest working horses I've seen in harness racing because he goes first over a lot. He can go to the front. He's a versatile type that very rarely throws in the towel in an effort. And proofs in the pudding. He's got 12 on the board finishes this season from 23 starts, and last year 15 from 28. So I think that you've got a leg Sicario in here underneath. I just think that Willie or Won't He is primed and ready for a big effort tonight.
Now, when we saw all of the handicappers going in one direction, the different direction was you going with one Let's Take to the Sky. And taking a horse from post 1 that can get off the gate is often a good thing for the top 3, 14-1.
Yeah, I make a conscious effort now to actually look for that throughout the program, right? Look for horses that have the rail spot, early speed, and any reason that they might be able to go out there and get away well and produce a better effort than what they're showing. Let's Take the Sky raced pretty well last time. I mean, she got away with the early lead, then ended up finishing second to Charmbo Prince. I mean, we know that he's gone on to do good things since then. And you don't have to look too far down the page, and you see a lot of early speed and decent finishes. And the addition of Travis Cullen, I think, should only help this one further. So, I don't know. I think Let's Take to the Sky is the price play I'd be using underneath. Definitely in the trifecta and super, maybe in the exacta.
And number 5, Midnight Miracle. You only have to look to last year's earnings to think you at least have to take a close look at this horse. Things haven't quite gone her way this year so far, but there's some wheels there.
Yeah, and a better effort last time against Ritson, right? Finishing second at almost 13-1 at Mohawk Park. And Ritson, has come back and demolished his rivals again. So I think that Midnight Miracle is one you've got to be cautious of here. I just don't know if I would think she can go with the likes of Willie or Won't He or Sicario in this spot. So 5-2 is an overbet in my opinion. But you know what? She is an improving type this season that we might see better things from very soon.
Well, and the thing to look about at Midnight Miracle, 2 races ago, was racing in that preferred. Cool Muscle wins. Willie or Won't He was second, but Midnight Miracle was fourth. That's a good measuring stick also for Midnight Miracle. We might be seeing the best out of her here this evening coming up. Bet down to 3-1, but the fans are on number 2, Willie or Won't He. Rob and I both have this one even money on the board as the field moves in and takes up their positions. It'll be Let's Take to the Sky on the inside with Willie or Won't He. In the center, Missy's Magic Man, Sicario, and Midnight Miracle. On the outside, Magic's Lucky Charm and Herb's Journey. And it is a field of 7 for race number 3. And it is post time. It's a field of 7 for the third. Here they come. They're at the start of the rough. Willie or Won't He and Sicario. Missy's Magic Man. Let's Take to the Sky. Midnight Miracle. Magic's Lucky Charm and Herb's Journey into the backstretch. Willie or Won't He has got the lead. Sicario is racing second. Missy's Magic Man third. Let's Take to the Sky is fourth. And then Midnight Miracle, Herb's Journey. Magic's Lucky Charm is back trailing the field. Willie or Won't He 3-5 on the board. Leads as they race on to the opening quarter. Sicario is racing second. Missy's Magic Man third. And then fourth is Let's Take to the Sky. Midnight Miracle fifth. Then Herb's Journey. Magic's Lucky Charm. Willie or Won't He leading as they race off the turn. A strong opening quarter at 27-3. And racing second is Sicario. Missy's Magic Man is third. Let's Take to the Sky is fourth. And then it is back to Midnight Miracle, Herb's Journey. Magic's Lucky Charm. And they work their way on up past the half in 56-3, and they roll to the 5/8. Willie or Won't He leading Sicario by about 2.5 lengths. Racing third, Missy's Magic Man. Let's Take to the Sky is fourth. Midnight Miracle now starts to venture to the outside, but is about 9 lengths from the front, but getting closer. And then Herb's Journey and Magic's Lucky Charm. Willie or Won't He? Sicario. Midnight Miracle is closing a lot of ground as they hustle on up to 3/4. And it is Willie or Won't He? 3/4, 126-1. Willie or Won't He? Midnight Miracle steadily progressing is up to second. Only a length and 3/4 back. A length and a half and now a length and a quarter. It is Sicario racing second. Willie or Won't He and Midnight Miracle as they turn for home. Willie or Won't He on down the stretch drive they come. Midnight Miracle on the outside is getting closer with every stride. Willie or Won't He? It's close, but Willie or Won't He? I think he will, but we may have to wait for a photo. I thought it was a win. Then it was Midnight Miracle to make it close enough to make me wonder. And then Sicario 156-1.
That was very tight there. It looked like Willie or Won't He was going to just, one of those ones where the invisible shield goes up, right, Gary? But then right at the end there, it got real close. I wonder what Christine thinks.
Oh, she did think the 2, so there you go. Look, so now we know that Willie or Won't He won. Here is the slow motion, but look, nonetheless, it was a really strong performance. He looked exactly what we thought he would look like.
Yeah, he did. And I like the fact that Colin Kelly did not try to really throttle that speed early. We know this horse is at his best when he goes out there and just kind of keeps on rolling, right? 27-3, 56-3. I was a little bit worried actually when my man Sicario got in the 2-hole because, usually he's kind of a first over challenger, but he wasn't even able to stay with this one. But Midnight Miracle sure was. I mean, we've got to definitely put a circle around her for next time because she made up a lot of ground and made this race very interesting.
And also looked really smooth and a lot of sharpness there. So that's a one to keep an eye on. And Sicario is finishing third. We thought those might be the top 3. Your hope for Let's Take to the Sky, he didn't get off the gate quite as much as you might have thought he could get from the inside.
No, he didn't, and it might just be, it's a pretty solid group, right? I mean, he's been facing easier, and you got to, hope that they can kind of make that transition to a tougher company, and he just didn't have it tonight. But I think he'll certainly, show that early foot when he gets in against a group that might not be blasting out there in 27-3.
Well, it comes in at 2-5-4-7. Willie or Won't He? The answer was yes, he will. And back in front of us, a 9-year-old Angus Hall, Brown gelding. Willie or won't he? Colin Kelly is the driver. Kyle Boston's the trainer. Phil McGuire, the owner. And the groom, Biffle. The third race bound to Willie or won't he? 330 to 42.50. 5 Midnight Miracle 320 260 and 4 Sicario 260. $2 exactor is $7.80. Dollar try a $10 super 49.40. The third race, order of finish from the top, is a 5163274. That's 5163274. Field for race number 4 on parade. One is Runaway Era. Scott Coulter drives for Courtney Bishop, who trains and is the groom. Number 2 is Scratched. 3 is Something Royal. Colin Kelleher, Sheldon Rose, and the groom is Dave Helks. And number 4 is Sharia Moore. Brian Madonna for Richard Moreau. The groom is Rafael Brossa. No claim entered as well. 5 Millie's Million. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen, and the groom is Jumbo. And number 6 is Society Jill. Bo Brown for Ben Hollingsworth training, and Ben is also the groom. Field of 5 for race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we're going to start with number 4, Sharia Moore, with the claim in. And, boy, you have to love the last couple races. Now, I didn't take this one on top, but tough not to.
It is tough not to, in my opinion, because those 2 victories were so good. I mean, obviously, 2 back, ended up first over a long way to a heavy favorite in Cranberry Brie before, wearing that one down and getting the job done. Last time, Gary, front-end winner, with ease pretty much at 1-9. Now the barn of Richard Moreau moving up in class, but I think she can handle that transition. A little bit surprised with the odds board right now. I thought the 4 and 5 would take all the support, but the money's going in a different direction.
And now listen, even though I didn't take Sharia Moore on top, the one that I did take on top, 5 Millie's Million, is one that at least you can make an argument for.
You can definitely make an argument for Millie's Million. I mean, she was a winner at this level last time, and she did so on the front end. And from post 4, she now gets scratched into that spot, the same spot that she went from last time. And, I just think that you're going to expect to see her firing out of there again. And she could take this field gate to wire, or, sit a decent trip and outlast them to the finish. Runaway Harris was taking a lot of money early, and I thought she's been racing well and kind of improved over her last 2. But the thing about her is that she's not one that's always loaded with speed, even from the inside. So I'm hoping that both Sharia Moore and Millie's Million are kind of looping around that one, and they line up in some order, 4-5 or 5-4.
Number 6, Society Jill. He's one that I wasn't sure what to do with because beaten just 2 lengths last time out. One that has been off form, but yet also further down the page, there's a fair amount of ability with this mare.
There is, and to me, Society Jill was kind of like the X factor for me in here. I only went too deep in my multi-leg tickets, but Society Jill was the one I was looking at and thinking, you know what, maybe this is a mare that can get down at a price. She's moving into the claiming ranks. Love it when a horse has been racing at the condition level for so long and then they get a price tag on them. I don't like the draw, obviously, but it's only post 5 now, even though it's the uttermost post in the contest. The price is right, though, I think at 7-1. I mean, she's not, out of place against this group. And if you're looking from a pure value play, it's probably Society Jill.
Now, when you look at one Runaway Heiress and took some early money, now is 4-1 on the board. This is one that was really good earlier in the season, and at the beginning of our meet was racing really well. And Runaway Heiress then kind of tailed off for a few starts. The last race was better, though.
It was, and that's why I said she's kind of trending in the right direction, because that start 2 back, she made up some ground to finish 5th, and even suffered some interference after getting away 6th from the 7 hole. Last time advanced the spot from 4th after getting away in that position from the 4 hole. Now she's got the rail, so she's not getting passed by horses. So if Scott Coulter decides, I want to cut this one out, or I want to be in the 2 hole and blast out of there, she could be very dangerous. And you just have to look further down the page, and you'll see a lot of 1s and 2s. And even in those efforts, she had some hard luck trips and still managed to finish in the runner-up spot. So one that you've got to be cautious of, but I still think she might be a notch below the 4 and the 5.
And on the screen right now is 3 Something Royal. 10-time winner last year. Things are much different this year. And Something Royal is 25-1, the only one we didn't talk about. So we'll see if Something Royal gets upset about that and says, oh, yeah. Field taking up their positions. Runaway Era is Something Royal on the inside. In the center, Sharia Moore. And to the outside, Millie's Million and Society Jill. It's a field of 5. It's the fourth dash. Field 4, race number 4, is turning into the stretch drive, gathering speed approaching the start. And the field 4, race number 4, is at the start of the rough. Millie's Million, Sharia Moore, they're going to blast out of there. Society Jill, Runaway Eris on the inside, and Something Royal is trailing the field. Millie's Million was able to make the lead. Millie's Million wasn't going to mill around early, was able to come right out and get the lead. And then on the inside, Runaway Eris and Sharia Moore now is taken back and is on the inside third. Society Jill is fourth, and Something Royal is trailing the field. Millie's Million, and now Travis Cullen takes a hold of this one on the lead. 28 seconds, the opening quarter, and racing second is Runaway Eris, Sharia Moore on the inside, in the pocket third, and Society Jill is racing fourth, and then Something Royal, and they race off the turn. Millie's Million, 3-2 on the board, leads as they race off the turn and they come on towards us, and then Runaway Eris, Sharia Moore third, racing fourth, Society Jill, and Something Royal is racing fifth. That halftime off a 28-second opening quarter was reached in 58-3, and it is Millie's Million. But there goes Sharia Moore now popping to the outside and is going to work first over. Runaway Eris is on the inside third. Society Jill has moved out, and Something Royal is trailing the field. Millie's Million has to deal with Sharia Moore, who is forcing the issue of Millie's Million on the inside. Has a lead of a neck right now. Sharia Moore grinds to the outside. Runaway Eris is racing third, and then Society Jill, and they head up to three quarters, and the front two going at it. Millie's Million on the inside. Sharia Moore on the outside now is getting a little closer. Three quarters, 127-1. Millie's Million and Sharia Moore. Runaway Eris is third, and Society Jill is racing fourth. They turn for home. Sharia Moore and Millie's Million. Sharia Moore has got a slim lead now, and it is Sharia Moore. Sharia Moore up the inside. Runaway Eris. Sharia Moore wins it. Then Runaway Eris was second. Millie's Million third, and finishing fourth, Society Jill. Sharia Moore 156-2. You went with Sharia Moore over Millie's Million, and I'll tell you, she did it the hard way and proved she was better.
Yeah, she did. I mean, and that's the thing, right? I mean, we saw such great things from Sharia Moore. Now she moves to the barn of Richard Moreau, having another fantastic season. And you're right, she tried to leave out of there. She ended up getting, slammed out of the two-hole. I mean, she was looking for that two-hole. It got taken away from her. To then have her go in the three-hole and have to move first over, and multiple moves in the race and still getting the job done in 56-2. That's a massive effort from number 4, Sharia Moore.
At the 5/8, I would have doubled down on Millie's Million, so I was really impressed with the effort because I thought Millie's Million with the 58-3 and with Sharia Moore having to come first up, I would have thought that was the right one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I picked Sharia Moore, and that's who I need. But watching the race live, I kind of was thinking, well, the race is kind of getting conceded to Millie's Million, or maybe Runaway Harris, who was sitting the perfect two-hole trip. And that's what I kind of said about her, is that if she gets away in that two-hole, she could be dangerous. And she was just dangerous enough to finish second to Sharia Moore at 4-1 to split those two favorites, as I know you always like seeing happening, Gary.
Well, you were a strong believer in Sharia Moore, and the effort certainly proved you to be right. And it was a strong effort. It was a great horse race between Sharia Moore and Millie's Million. You'd love to see a couple of horses just go at it, and Sharia Moore got the better of the field and Millie's Million. Back in front of us is Sharia Moore, a 6-year-old Mach 3 bay mare, owned by Normand Beausoleil, trained by Richard Moreau, and the groom is Raphael Bourassa, and Brett McDonald, the winning driver. It's the 8th win this year, 11th lifetime. Sharia Moore, 156-2. Fourth race payouts for Sharia Moore, 470, 320, 210. 1. Runaway Errors, 430, 210. 5. Millie's Million, 210. $2 exact, or 1170. Dollar try, 1035. Dollar superfecta, 1730. Fourth race, Sohra finished from the top as a 2-5-1-3-4. That's 2-5-1-3-4. And the claim of for Sharia Moore and the new trainer, Brett Lester. And fans, while we have a moment, we'd like to welcome our fans from the Dale Veterinary Clinic. They're here this evening having a patio party. What a nice night to be out on the patio. Welcome from the Dale Veterinary Clinic. Field for the fifth race on Parade 1, Black Betty. It's Travis Henry for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. And the groom is also Colonel Schneider. Number 2, My Day, Colin Keller for Jacob Roberts and Triple S Wine. And 3 is Exotic Dragon, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen. And note that the groom on 2 is James Wood. And the groom on 3, Exotic Dragon, is Jared Mann. 4, Bump in the Road, Tyler Jones for Tony Alanya. And the groom is Mark Cullen. 5 is Random Aragio. Jason Ryan drives for John Kennedy, who's the trainer and the groom. Number 6 is Sea of Hope, Brett McDonough for Rod Boyd, and the groom is Gord Rayner. And number 7, Layla Blue, Tyler Borth for Doug Good, and the groom is Ryan Morrison. Field of 7, race number 5. Well, let's get a look at this field. And, well, 3 Exotic Dragon. That was a pretty exotic effort from Post 7 here last time out. Strong effort. And that's one where you took this one from Post 7 last time out, and you got the win.
Yeah, and it's never easy to win from out there in Post 7. And it was a real nice effort. Now, it is obviously a step up in class, but I knew that the morning line of 6-1 was going to be a little too generous. I thought she'd likely take the support, maybe even the bulk of the support, and that's what we're seeing right now at 1-2. And it really just speaks to how good that effort was last time. and another one that made the trip from Mohawk Park over here to Grand River and then got the job done with some class relief. So, I didn't want to go against the Cullen Barn here, and I think Exotic Dragon is the one to beat, but 1-2 is not an appealing price, Gary.
Well, one that is a little more appealing price. Black Betty with inside post position 2 races ago, racing in a strong class, a class above this one. Pretty competitive effort.
Yeah, it has been, and last time obviously faded to finish 7th, but the time before that she was a bomb price on the board at 30-1, and finished second to another charge from the Cullen Barn Outlaw I'm a Hot Vixen, and rail control for Black Betty is gonna obviously help her get away well off the gate, and she might find herself in that 2-hole again. If she is, then she can certainly be dangerous in the latter part of the mile, getting to the top condition class now, away from the preferred company. I thought she's one that you don't want to overlook in here. 7-2 on the board. The price is, I would say right where it should be as well.
Another one that's sitting at a decent price of 7-2 that certainly was gangbusters last year. Random Miraggio. Now this year has shown some signs of coming back around, but the last race tried things at Mohawk and it didn't work out. But you saw that effort.
Yeah, it was, just against, a tough group. Got Sexy Scars, was dropping down in there. I'm Short and Sweet was another one that was plunging down in class. So it was a tough version of that non-winners of 3,000 last 5. Before that, the preferred effort here was a good one. Came from way out of it to finish 3rd. And now facing, easier company, post 5. She's a horse that can do it any way. She can do it on the front. She can do it first over. She can come from off the pace. So a versatile type. And 7-2 is probably, again, the right number. So Random Miraggio is one that, I've used in my multi-leg tickets, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her get the W.
One that's tough to move off of, but it's the post position, is 7 Layla Blue.
Yeah, I've been in her camp in each of her last few starts anyways, and last time I thought she got very unlucky because there was a first over challenger and a leader in front of her that were kind of battling it out, and then Clover kind of just comes around them with all the momentum, and she ends up finishing 3rd with pace at the wire. But post 7 is going to probably be too tough for her tonight. However, I think she might be able to get a piece of it. 17-1, one to keep in mind for your trifecta and super.
Well, it's a field of 7, the 5th race, the Eldell Veterinary Clinic Patio Party Pace. Taking up their positions, Black Betty, My Day on the inside of the center, Exotic Dragon, bumping the road, and Random Miraggio to the outside, Sea of Hope, and Layla Blue. And a field of 7 for the 5th dash on a wonderful Wednesday as we are gathered at the river. Field for the 5th race, reaching the top of the stretch, and here they come. And the field for the 5th race is at the start of the rough. Exotic Dragon, Black Betty to the inside, Random Miraggio. Then it is My Day and bumping the road, and Sea of Hope and Layla Blue. Back trailing the field, Exotic Dragon and Travis Cullen has got the front. Leads it by 2 1/4. Black Betty's racing 2nd. Random Miraggio is 3rd. My Day is 4th. Then it is bumping the road, and Sea of Hope and Layla Blue. And they race on to the opening quarter. And Exotic Dragon is on top. Has a lead of about 11 length and 3/4 over Black Betty, with Random Miraggio 3rd. My Day then bumping the road. Trailing pair, Sea of Hope and Layla Blue, 28 seconds, the opening quarter. Exotic Dragon fell all the way to 1-5 on the board and leads Black Betty and Random Miraggio off the turn as they come on towards us. And My Day is racing on the inside 4th, then bumping the road, and Sea of Hope and Layla Blue has a view of things from the trailing spot. Exotic Dragon off a 28-second opening quarter. They're still in a line, and now popping out from 5th will come bumping the road. 57-1 is the halftime. Exotic Dragon on the inside, Black Betty still there in the pocket. Random Miraggio is on the inside 3rd. Bumping the road is taking the tough road, traveling first over, and is up to 3rd now. The Random Miraggio is racing 4th. My Day 5th, then Sea of Hope and Layla Blue, and they head on to 3/4. Exotic Dragon is still looking like a 1-5 horse, leads by 3. Black Betty 2nd. Bump in the road is third. Randa Barragio was racing fourth, and then My Day. And the field rolls to the top of the stretch. 3/4 125 and 3. Exotic Dragon and Black Betty. And Exotic Dragon is tons the best in this race and is just cruising and putting on a show. Then for second, Black Betty, then Randa Barragio, and Bump in the Road, 154 and 2. Exotic Dragon clearly was the best in their run.
Yeah, much the best, and that's what we call a Cullen crush job, right? I mean, last time it was kind of a race that she had to work for from post 7, had to come from off the pace. This time around, straight to the choo-choo, and she looks very strong at the wire. She could have won that by as much as she wanted in a nice time too, a 54 and 2, and a horse that was kind of I'd say toiling, in some of those bottom conditions at Mohawk Park, but there's all a horse needs is to get their confidence back. This mare certainly should have it back now with back-to-back victories.
Now, we used Randa Barragio for second, and you used Black Betty for second. And, well, Black Betty did exactly what you were thinking with that inside post position.
Yeah, she got away in the 2-hole, but she just didn't have the horsepower to stay with the legs of Exotic Dragon, and really with that starting spot, she almost had to end up, in behind Exotic Dragon in the early going. Randa Barragio tried to leave out, but then had to set up with a 3-hole, and it was kind of, pick your poison, right? Do you stay or do you go? If you go, you might end up losing a position, so you stay and hope you can gain one at the wire, and she almost got the better of Black Betty.
Well, but Black Betty did stick around for second, so you did nail the top 3. And then we get Bump in the Road at 40 to 1. At least we get a bit of a price, but the bottom spot on the Super.
Yeah, bottom spot gives you some value, but yeah, pretty logical, right? I mean, the morning line I thought again was a little too generous on Exotic Dragon, but yeah, it runs out pretty much almost in the order that they were bet.
Well, another trifecta straight by Robert Ray Jr. as he's pretty sharp this evening. He's got things rolling, and Exotic Dragon was pretty sharp in the 5th race, and back in front of us is a 4-year-old Custard the Dragon Bay mare, owned by Travis and Ron Cullen and Paul Sanders. Jody Cullen is the trainer. Travis Cullen is the winning driver, and the groom, Jared Mann. The 5th race payouts 3 Exotic Dragon, 270, 210, 210, 1 Black Betty, 340, 220, 5 Randa Barragio, 210. Exactor at $1240, try $1575, pick 5 of 5, $354.70. Dollar Superfecta, $95.90. The fifth race, order of finish from the top, 2714356. That's 2714356.
Exotic Dragon getting the job done with ease in race number 5. And, well, it's race number 6, one of my favorite wagers, the Super High 5 here at the River. But also tonight, our late pick 4 starts right here in race number 6, a race earlier than usual. Sometimes a couple races earlier than usual. We have 11 races, just 9 tonight on the schedule. Let's take a look at the ticket I've mapped out for you in this late pick 4 sequence. And I'm going to stick, with my 4, 5, 6 here in the opening leg. I think those are the three you want to be involved with. Although, the money on Wheeling and Cash to me is a little bit interesting because that was one I was trying to get into my top 3, but left saved for my top 5 tonight. But 4, 5, 6 to start us off. And race number 7, I'm going to key the 4 Patrick Hanover. Thought that this one is progressing very nicely for his barn and was a winner 3 back, now winners a 40,000 life, and now has got acclimated nicely to now winners a 60,000 life. Patrick Hanover's by single in this sequence. And then in race number 8, 2 deep with the 3 Clever Character and the 4 Rhythm and Motion. I think those are the 2 you want to be involved in. And from the way the Cullen bar looks like it's firing tonight, Clever Character might be the direction you want to go. I'm leaning Rhythm and Motion because he's been racing really well at Mohawk Park, and it's a good spot for him, I think. And then in race number 9, we go 5 deep with the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9. So that ticket will cost you just $6 for 20 cents. And again, we're looking to get that coverage in the money leg. And if we get our price down there, what looks to be a competitive contest, well, then maybe we can make this ticket pay. But let's see what Gary Guy's got in store for us tonight.
Well, I'm going to keep it kind of cheap because I really do think that the first couple legs of this, I'm just going to go straight up with only the 4. My attitude is I'm taking the Angel here in the 6th race on top and just going single. Then in the 7th race, Patrick Hanover. We loved what we have seen of Patrick Hanover. I think this is a good spot, a better post for Patrick Hanover. So just a 4 and a 4. Then I want to go 3 deep in race number 8. Clever Character and Rhythm and Motion are the 2 logical ones. But I want to add in Casimir Richie P just because he's been racing really well. And he might not get to bet in that sequence because of an outside post position. So we'll take 3 in there. And I'll also take 3 in the last race. So just 9 combinations. So not a very expensive ticket, $1.80. I want the Smoking Reactor, Marzank, Hanover, and Beauty is Blind. Those 3 in the 9th race.
All right, there you have it. Just $1.80 for Gary Guy's ticket. There's 6 possibilities that we can both be winners in this late pick 4 sequence. And you know what? I don't mind the addition of Casimir Richie P. I did kind of sear off that one because of that outermost post in the contest. 28 wins lifetime, a classy veteran that if he ever can get around them in the early going, he could be very dangerous in there. But you've got 2 minutes, folks, to map out your winning wagers for this late pick four sequence. We'll come back just after the post where I take a closer look at race number 6.
The field for the 6th on parade. 1 is Wheeling in Cash. Tyler Borth drives and trains, and the groom is Paul Chapman. Number 2, Century Isaiah. Ron Waples driving for Ron Waples Jr., and Ron's also the groom. And number 3 is Allison and Hanover. Travis Henry for Mark Etzel, and Etzel Newton, and Reagan Etzel is the groom. 4 is Angel with Attitude. Jason Ryan drives and trains, and the groom is Marie DuPont. Number 5 is Calm Cool Collected. Travis Gulliver, Sean Stacy, and Mark Stacy, and Hudson Standabreds. And the groom is Don Baxter. Number 6, Lovely Echo. Scott Gulliver, Mike Healing, and Dreamville Stables, and Karen Carroll. The groom is Christina Stanley. And number 8 is Show Me Some Muscle. Scores from the Trailer Post, and Paul McKenzie for Courtney Robson. Courtney is the trainer, the owner, and the groom. It's a field of 7, race number 6. It's the start of the pick 4. We also have a super high 5 in here, a lot of wagering options, and we're going to take a look at number 4, Angel with Attitude. I was pretty strong with the attitude on this one as a lone take in the pick 4. I'm having some second thoughts. Can you make me feel better about that?
Well, I think you should feel better about it. I mean, you took a stand, right? I mean, for me, I kind of took the easy way out. I went 3 deep with the 4, 5, and 6, Gary. And, I think those are the main, contenders in this race. But I don't mind singling Angel with Attitude. I mean, we thought she raced fantastic in her 2 races leading up to that victory last time. And it was a pretty, easy win for her, really. I mean, she's shown that she's better, I think, chasing a target. I think we'll see those tactics again tonight, because when she did try the front end here on July the 6th, it didn't work out. So 7-5, I mean, she's getting into maybe overbet territory, but I think she deserves a lot of respect here.
Now, number 6, Lovely Echo, 6-1 on the board, is offering a little better price, and it is your second choice. This is one that came from a long way back. Look, it was 17.5 back at the half last time out.
Yeah, and that's really why I think you've got to respect Lovely Echo, because not only was that a good effort, but the one before that was a dominant win in a much easier spot. And, I'll usually say that a horse needs a start or two sometimes to get acclimated to that step up in class. Well, now here's a second try at $9 to 20,000 life. And on top of that, post 8 last time, no chance really the way the race panned out. Raced well to finish 4th, now moving in 2 spots. So should definitely get away better than she did in her latest. And if she's closer, who knows? Maybe she gets the job done. 8-1. I think that's a giant size price on Lovely Echo. and really happy that I got this one on my multi-leg tickets.
Number 5, Calm Cool Collected, is one that's interesting. Equipment change, blinkers to blind bridle. Did all the heavy lifting last time out. Post position 2, though.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where I thought that Calm Cool Collected was one you should probably play against last time, just because of the fact that it made breaks on a half before, and just to me looked like a horse that you wanted to take a stand against. Now she ended up staying flat. She went to the lead, kind of got things her own way, faded to third. There's some changes tonight that might help remedy that, and you're going to get a bigger price. So if you were a fan of her last time, you almost have to come back to her this time around if she's going to, offer you a bigger number on the board. I think she can be right there with this group, but my third choice, but one I've included in the multi-leg tickets.
Number 8, Show Me Some Muscle, was able to split the favorites last time out, was almost 16 to 1, and managed to finish a second. Trailer post here.
Yeah, trailer post is important, right? And that's what everyone's got to remember with Show Me Some Muscle. Number 8 in the program, we're going to work from the trailing post, and that's a huge difference, and one that sometimes gets overlooked when people just take a quick glance at the program. Okay, post 8, no chance. Well, this one does score from the second tier. So as long as the horse is in front of him get away well, then he might get spotted nicely off the gate. And 8 to 1's not the worst price in the world.
And then I don't know what to do with Wheeling and Cash, because this is one that has lots of ability, but has been off a long while, and also you do see breaks back in the winter before the layoff.
Yeah, and when I first saw the program, I actually looked at this race and said, I'm going to find a way to put Wheeling and Cash on top, and I couldn't do it because of those risk factors, and maybe the rail too is not the best spot for a horse that makes quite a few miscues. But Wheeling and Cash, an intriguing one here. Second start for Tyler Borth, pari-mutually. He's obviously been working on this one in the qualifiers. 5 to 1 on the board, taking a lot of support as well.
Well, we'll see how it unfolds. We have Angel with Attitude, a pretty strong attitude right now on the tote board. Even money taking up their positions. Wheeling and Cash and Century Isaiah. In the center, Allison Ann Hediver, Angel with Attitude. And to the outside, Calm Cool Collected and Lovely Echo. And the trailer post, Show Me Some Muscle. It's a field of 7, the 6th race. There at the start of the rough. On the inside, Wheeling and Cash, Calm Cool Collected, Angel with Attitude, Century Isaiah. Show Me Some Muscle now is getting a well from the trailer post and is right on the back of Wheeling and Cash. Wheeling and Cash with the lead. Angel with Attitude in the center of the track. Calm Cool Collected on the outside. Calm Cool Collected continues to drive and is going to coolly drive up now and clear to the front. Angel with Attitude is going to race the pocket. Wheeling and Cash is third. Then Show Me Some Muscle. And Angel with Attitude is going to claim the lead. And it's going to be Calm Cool Collected to sit in the pocket. Wheeling and Cash third. Show Me Some Muscle fourth. Then Century Isaiah, Allison Ann Hediver, and Lovely Echo. Angel with Attitude has the lead as they race their way off the turn. 29 seconds, that opening panel. Calm Cool Collected, racing, filling the pocket. Wheeling and Cash is on the inside, and here comes Show Me Some Muscle now. Is working first over. He's only about 2 off the lead. Century Isaiah drives to the outside. Then Allison Ann Hediver. Lovely Echo is trailing. 1 minute 3/5 the halftime. Angel with Attitude leads on into the backstretch. Show Me Some Muscle is moved up on the outside and is only about a length and a quarter back. On the inside third is Calm Cool Collected. Then it is Wheeling and Cash who's racing position to fourth as they work their way on down the backstretch. Then Century Isaiah from the backfield. Lovely Echo is starting to roll, and then it is Allison Ann Hediver, and they're paired up on the lead. On the inside, Angel with Attitude is trying to fend off Show Me Some Muscle, and right now is able to do so. Calm Cool Collected is third. Century Isaiah, Lovely Echo, who was well back early, now is kicking in but has a lot of work to do, but is coming quickly. And on the inside, Wheeling and Cash, Angel with Attitude on down the stretch drive, and Angel with Attitude is going to win it and take it under wraps. Calm Cool Collected second, then driving, well, it's third is going to be Show Me Some Muscle, and then Century Isaiah was driving fourth. A mile of 1:59 and 4. Angel with Attitude is one that was bet down to even money and then, well, raced differently. Went to the front and was able to keep that attitude going.
Yeah, and Gary, you didn't need to use anyone else, right? You were worried, but an easy win, not even a sweat really with Angel with Attitude. And you know what? I was saying that, one that's better chasing a target, stopped in the front July 6th. Jason Ryan said, all right, let me show you what she can do on the front end because she went to the front tonight and she's under wraps of the wire. This filly is feeling good about herself right now. Back-to-back victories now, 4 on the board finishes in a row. And I think we're going to continue to see good things from Angel with Attitude.
Well, I will admit, though, when Show Me Some Muscle got alongside, because I saw that one quit before, I had some doubt, but the doubt was removed.
Yeah, it was removed pretty quickly, right? Because again, she just looked different tonight. When she got there, she looked comfortable, and sometimes winning and finishing with trot will do that for a horse. And even money on the board. I mean, I think that's probably where she probably needed to end up. I would have liked to see a bigger price if I was betting her to win, obviously. But it ends up running out fairly logical with Comcool collected second. Show Me Some Muscle, from that trailing spot getting third. Century Isaiah should help things out a bit. Lovely Echo, I'm still going to probably come back to that one again last time. A little bit unlucky tonight.
Yeah, and was making a nice move, just did a lot of work, and then, as you said, unlucky.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, Lovely Echo, one will kind of tab and look for a better spot than the 6 hole. I was getting excited about those 2 post position improvements for Lovely Echo. I think probably she needs to come further inside the gate.
Well, it is a 4-5-8-2-6. Super high 5 in race number 6, and coming back in front of us, number 4, Angel with Attitude. A 3-year-old Archangel Black filly, owned by Ron Corbett, trained by Jason Ryan. It's the 3rd win this year, 3rd win lifetime, and the winning drive to Jason Ryan. Also note the groom is Marie DuPont. The 6th race payouts for Angel with Attitude: 410, 310, 325. Calm Cool collected 390, 310. 8 Show Me Some Muscle 490. $2 exactor is $730. Dollar try 1935. Dollar win for 404 2110. And the dollar high 5 $280.80. the sixth race order of finish from the top. 647 125 scratch 3. That's 647 125 scratch 3. field for race number 7. On parade 1, Emotions Durables, Tyler Jones for Cassandra LaCour. Cassandra is the trainer, owner, and groom. 2 is Fortune Tellers K, Tyler Moore for Terry Gallant and Triple S Equine. And the groom is Ivan Gallant. 3 is Peter Crown, Scott Quiller for Steve Watson. The groom is Karen Cooper. And 4 is Patrick Hanover, Paul McKenzie for Tim Cherwaco and Gary Green. And Tim Cherwaco is the groom. And number 5 is Trade Barrier, Alfie Carroll for Richard Carroll and Angela Carroll. Angie Carroll is also the groom. And number 6 is Top of the Bar, George Ketros drives and trains and partners with Mario Hebert. And the groom is Krishna Bosnica. And number 7 is Hot Fudge Sunday, Garrett Rooney for Richard Carroll. And Angela Carroll is a co-owner and the groom. Field of 7, race number 7. And, Rob, Patrick Hanover is getting hammered down. And we have loved this one, but I'm not so sure about 4 to 5 because I think this is still a reasonably open dash.
Yeah, I think 4 to 5 might be a bit short now. 3 to 5, as we talk about him, he goes down another point. But I think that he's one that's improving at this level. Was a real solid winner August the 10th, and then raced well, I thought, to finish 4th at this level 2 back, and then followed up with even better effort last time. Overland a long way, moved into the runner-up spot behind Run Like Hill. And to me, looks like a horse that's sitting on a victory. 3rd start in this class, and one that I think will get away well tonight from post 4. So hopefully the 3 to 5 comes up, because I would think that's way too short to take on any horse, especially one that hasn't proven he can win at this level yet. But I do like him on top.
There's number 2, Fortune Tellers K. This one had 3 consecutive tough post positions. Got a better post here last race and left well, but kind of didn't keep it going the way we might have hoped. But still, she's been good in the past from an inside post.
Yeah, she has been, and you just have to go down the page there, and you'll see, back-to-back victories. One was at Clinton and non-winners of 3,000 last 3, and then in the class below this, kind of blew them away on the front end on that occasion. Since then, some tricky posts, right? Post 7 here, post 6 at Georgian, trailing post here. Last time, I don't really think it's her thing to kind of, end up, pulling first over. I think she's more of a blast and sit kind of horse, and I think if she does that tonight from post 2, which is definitely a great spot for her on the gate, she can get a big piece of it and be right there at the wire.
Well, we talked last time out with Emotions Durables that one that is capable but has missed a bunch of time. Now this is the 2nd start back and the inside. Could she be better? Because last race was just a 6th.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be better, right? I mean, she took a ton of support in that contest, likely because of some class she's shown earlier on in her career. She was a horse that did get a victory at the grassroots level, and is one that has shown ability. Now, she didn't race at all in 2021, and when you're off that long, you're going to need more than a start or 2, maybe even 3 starts before you're going to really start to find your stride. So I think that she's one that is worth a look in here. I still might want to see her go a couple more times before I'm ready to put my money down.
And number 5, Trade Barrier, knocked us out of the pick 5 in the first race last time out with a win at 9 to 1.
Yeah, and it was a nice win from a 2-hole trip, and came up, moved to the outside, and then went back to the pylons to come up the passing lane. So it was kind of an interesting journey. I think that Trade Barrier is one that you have to consider underneath in here. I think I said that she wasn't one as a win candidate in that effort, and she went out and won. I don't want to say that again, Gary, because then maybe she goes out there and does it again. But I do think she's one that I'll be more than happy to use in the bottom end of the try and super, but not necessarily on top.
And she was 9 to 1 there. She is 12 to 1 in this spot, but this spot is a bit tougher as well. Trade Barrier, but number 4, Patrick Hanover, is sitting at 3 to 5, and the fans see this, I think, a little more one-dimensional than I do. Are you surprised at the prices?
I'm surprised that it's 3 to 5. I mean, I was expecting even money, maybe 6 to 5. So, I mean, I guess that's almost double the number we're seeing on the board right now. So, yeah, I would say that I'm a little bit surprised this much support's coming. And, again, though, it's one that I think will emerge victorious.
Well, they are taking up their positions. Emotions Durables and Fortune Tellers K. On the inside, Peter Crown, Patrick Hanover, Trade Barrier. On the outside, Top of the Bar, and Hot Fudge Sundae. It's a field of 7. It's race number 7. Field for the 7th race is at the start in the rough. And on the inside, Emotions Durables is going to get out well. Fortune Tellers K and Peter Crown and Patrick Hanover is driving early. Emotions Durables has the lead, and now Patrick Hanover, working on the outside, is now moved up, taken over second. Fortune Tellers K is racing third, and Peter Crown is fourth, and then it is back to Trade Barrier and Top of the Bar and Hot Fudge Sundae. Patrick Hanover wants to come on now and try to clear to the front. Patrick Hanover and Paul McKenzie leads at a length and a quarter, now a length and a half, and gets to the pylons in front of Emotions Durables, rolling second. 27-3, a solid opening quarter. Fortune Tellers K is racing position to third. Then Peter Crown, Trade Barrier, Top of the Bar as they race their way off the turn and come on towards us. And it is Patrick Hanover leading as they race their way on past the half. Emotions Durables is staying close to Patrick Hanover. Fortune Tellers K is about 8 lengths off the lead third. Then it is Peter Crown, Trade Barrier, Top of the Bar, and Hot Fudge Sundae. The field has kind of deserted a bit as they race the way on into the backstretch, and it is Patrick Hanover as they race on down the backstretch. Emotions Durables is racing right, staying in the pocket. Then about 5 lengths, Fortune Tellers K and Peter Crown. And on the outside now, Trade Barrier trades positions with Peter Crown and takes over fourth, and it would like to trade with Fortune Tellers K, and now has done so. 3/4, 127-4. Patrick Hanover. Emotions Durables has staying close enough to strike, and Trade Barriers racing third, and Top of the Bar's fourth. Patrick Hanover still has a bit of work to do, but leads at a length and 3/4. Emotions Durables hasn't gone away. It is Trade Barriers that come on down the stretch drive. Trade Barrier is going to win. Emotions Durables was a game second. Then finishing third was Trade Barrier, and fourth was Top of the Bar. Mile was 1:59.2. Patrick Hanover off a 57 1/2. Didn't come a big back half, but only really had to beat Emotions Durables as it panned out, Rob.
Yeah, it was really just one challenger to worry about, and that was the pocket sitter. And listen, Patrick Hanover, it was pretty legit fractions early, right? 27-3, 57-1, and kind of just coasting to the wire there. I mean, Paul McKenzie did go to the whip a little bit earlier than I thought he would have to in this race, but it was because that the one in the pocket was breathing down his neck throughout. So, but still, it ended up being pretty easy for Patrick Hanover, and Emotions. Is it Durables or Durables? Durables? I thought it was.
I'll go with whatever you say.
Well, I think it's Durable Emotions in English, so French should be Emotions Durables. But yeah, I'm not giving a lesson.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me before the race?
I should have. But you know what? You sometimes like to poke fun at me and stuff like that. So I'm not actually doing that right now. I just said the horse's name and said it the way that I thought it plays out. But I think it's Durable Emotions. But in any event, she raced really well tonight, I thought. Big step forward. I remember I said the second start back, you still might want to watch. Well, maybe the third start now we might want to be playing, because I think it looks like she's good to go now after missing over a year.
Well, it is a 4-1-5-6, and you might have to be durable to withstand a few chirps coming your way very shortly in this last couple races, Rob. Back in front of us is number 4, Patrick Hanover, a 3-year-old father, Patrick Bakelding, owned by Gary Green and Tim Cherwayko, who's also the trainer. It's the second win this year, third lifetime. Patrick Hanover, the winning drive to Paul McKenzie, and the groom is also Tim Cherwayko. The seventh race payouts for Patrick Hanover $3 to 32.21. Emotions Durables 310 and 290 and 5 trade barrier 380. Dollar pick 3. 3 3 725. $2 exactor is $6.40. Dollar try $13.95. Dollar super $78.15. Seventh race order of finish from the top 2. 7 place 6, 5, 1, 3, 4. 6 place 7. Once again from the top down after the placing 2, 6, 5, 1, 3, 4, 7. Field for race number 8. One is Chappie's Boy, child of birth for Paul Chapman. The groom is Nancy Chapman. Number 2 is Chicken Nugget, Mark Goddard for Brandon Guerrera. The groom is Jamie Lynch. Number 3 is Clever Character, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen. And A1 Stable and Paul Sanders. Chumbo is the groom. And number 4 is Rhythm Motion, Colin Kelly for Dwayne Marfisi and Santovina and Nunzio Vina. The groom is Carol McCormick. 5, Dragon Energy, Paul Davies for Nicole Davies, Nikki Davies, and Nicole Davies is also the groom. And number 6, Casimir Richie P, Bo Brown for Tisha Symes and Michael Goldberg. Tisha Symes trains and is the groom. Field of 6, race number 8, a good bunch in here. But, well, the one that's going to draw the most attention and probably be the favorite is for Rhythm and Motion. Well, a win of 150 back towards the end of July at Mohawk jumps off the page, Rob.
Yeah, it certainly does. And he's a horse that's been racing in tougher spots too, right? Now, one was a 6,000 last 5, and his latest Fabrizio was amazing in that effort, and he was only a length and a bit away from him. And before that, Nolan was a 10,000 last 5 for a few starts. Its middle condition ranks at Mohawk Park are pretty tough. I mean, Century Heineken's in there, Highland Beach Lover, and before that, back-to-back victories. He kind of really turned it around, after missing some time earlier in the year for the better part of the early months, anyways, of the season. And I think this is a good spot for him. He's loaded with early speed if Colin Kelly wants to summon it, and he has the post edge over the ones who's outside and the speedy rival from post 6, Casimir Richie P. So I think Rhythm Emotion's the right place to land here, but is he even money? Was he worthy of that price? I don't know so, Gary.
And also, I looked, he was second and then he dropped back to third, but then I looked at the final quarter, 26-1. I guess it's okay to give up a position coming that quickly. Clever Character, yeah, I might have tried too cute to get clever here. But this is one that we saw a couple of really nice performances and beat this class pretty comfortably 2 races ago.
Yeah, I'm okay with Clever Character as a selection here. It's my second choice and dominant winner in back-to-back efforts, one being here at this level. It was from the rail, but last time, didn't, make a poor account of himself, overland quite a bit and then ended up fading to 5th. But we saw, this barn already get a big win tonight. Travis Cullen's been driving fantastic, and looking to the horses that are to his inside, I don't think they're going to really want to tussle with Clever Character early. So if he gets to the pylons first and releases a horse, he gets to the 2-hole trip and be very dangerous.
Number 6, Casimir Richie P, one that I added in on the pick 4 ticket after using a couple of singles that got home. But Casimir Richie P down to 2-1. Look, we didn't like the August 1st effort here. Not that anybody would. Just didn't race up to the way he had been racing. But he came back August the 16th at Georgian Downs and was on fire and won there in 51-2.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I actually was a big supporter of his in that race when something had gone amiss after he had the lead early on Industry Day. Qualified well, since then, and then, like you said, just it turned in a real big effort to go 51-2 over Georgian Downs in his latest. Now he's missed a couple of weeks, but if he had an inside post in here, I'd likely be all over him. But the terms of this race is that the better horses all had to go to a draw, the outside 4, and he got the short end of the stick with the outermost post in the contest. Now, if he can loop around them, he's dangerous. I just don't know if I like his chances if he doesn't get the lead.
And a final thought on Dragon Energy.
Just one that I think get a piece of it in here. Second last time. I think the Alex Having Fun's a tough rival that he finished second to, but I think there's more depth to this field, right? There's 3 horses that I have a hard time putting him ahead of. So I think he's more of a leave and sit kind of horse and see what he can get in the lane. 10-1, not a horrible price if you want to go shopping there, but for me, underneath the exotics.
Well, number 4, Rhythm in Motion, is on the board at even money, your top one. Three Clever Character, my top choice is at 3-1. Chappie's Boy and Chicken Nugget on the inside with positions. Clever Character, Rhythm and Motion on the outside. Dragon Energy and Casimir Richie P. It is a field of six, the eighth race. They're gathering speed, approaching the start. And they're off. Clever Character is going to move smartly with the Rhythm and Motion. Then Dragon Energy, Casimir Richie P, Chappie's Boy, and Chicken Nugget. They race into the backstretch. And on the outside, Rhythm and Motion. Clever Character on the inside. Travis Cullen wants to park out Rhythm and Motion, but Rhythm and Motion leads it by head. But Clever Character on the inside is still driving. Clever Character now. Rhythm and Motion has to take back, as Travis Cullen says, why don't you find a seat? I'll cut this mile. Clever Character got a lead of a length and a half. Rhythm and Motion is right there in the pocket. 26 seconds, the opening quarter. Chappie's Boy is third and is about 3.5 off the lead. Then Dragon Energy, Chicken Nugget, Casimir Richie P now moves to the outside and gets the cover of Dragon Energy. It is Clever Character who's got the lead as they roll their way up towards the half. Rhythm and Motion in the pocket. Here comes Dragon Energy now and is moving on the outside first over. A half of 55-4. Clever Character as the field races into the backstretch. Rhythm and Motion is staying right there on the back of Clever Character. Chappie's Boy is racing third. Dragon Energy has dropped back to fourth now. And then Chicken Nugget on the inside, and Casimir Richie P is trailing the field. Clever Character. Rhythm and Motion is stalking from second. Of a 55-4 halftime at a 26-second opening quarter. 3 quarters in 1:24. Clever Character. Rhythm and Motion is moving, trying to get a little closer. Clever Character is getting some urging, but still looks sharp, but here comes Rhythm and Motion. Chappie's Boy is racing third, then Dragon Energy. And they turn from Clever Character, Rhythm and Motion on down the stretch. Where they come. Clever Character digging in. Rhythm and Motion is closing. Clever Character sharp to the finish, wins it a length and a quarter. Rhythm and Motion was second, Chappie's Boy third, and Dragon Energy fourth, 153-3. Clever Character at 3-1 was able to turn back the heavy favorite. That was an interesting opening quarter, Rob.
It was, and I wish we had these guys mic'd up for that one. That could be a lot of fun to hear that one back, no question about it. 26 flat, and you got a 1-2 shot trying to come around. And if you've got the guts to park that horse, I'll say one thing: as a gambler, as a handicapper, I want to see you beat that horse no matter what. I don't care if you decide to park him, as long as you finish ahead of him. I'm okay with that. Well, that's what happened there. Little stare down from Travis Cullen. I like it. I want that. I want that shot if we can get that broadcast. I want that for Twitter later on, because that was a real nice shot of a stare there to the wire by Travis Cullen on Clever Character.
Well, and they're racing, and that's, you believe in your horse. You believe you've got the position. You're on the inside, and you want it.
Oh, 100%. That's like I said. I've got no issue with with parking out a horse like that, especially if you get the better of him. How do you fault someone at that point, right? Yeah, you said it. Take a seat, get in the pocket behind me, and then he kept on going for the victory. I mean, they're the two best horses in the race. That early battle didn't really make them any worse for wear for where they finished. They were always going to finish 1-2 in here, and Casimir Richie P. It's exactly what I thought might happen to him. He's at such a disadvantage having the outermost post in there. When those two kind of just zoom off the gate, he kind of got lost in the mix. And I think it'd be a different story if he drew inside. But, they ended up being the best there. And like I said, Travis Cullen and Jody Cullen came to play tonight. Another victory, 53-3.
Well, and that's why we love harness racing. They were going to go at it, and let's see who's the best. And it turned out to be the Clever Character was the best, back in front of his Clever Character, a 5-year-old Tell It Like It Is bay gelding, owned by A1 Stable and Paul Sanders. Jody Collins, the trainer. Travis Cullen, the winning drive. And the groom is Jumbo. Eighth race payouts, 3 clever character, $8 to 62.60. 4 rhythm and motion, 230, 241. Chappie's Boy, 290. $2 exactors, $17.40 try, 2805. $1 super, 52.25. Eighth race order finish in the top. 351 246. That's 351 246. field for the ninth race on parade. One, Maddie's Credit, Natasha Day for Cassidy Schneider, who trains and is the groom. Number 2 is Smoke and Reactor, Travis Henry for J.R. Plot. The groom is Dana White. Number 3 is Marzank, Hennifer Cullen, Caliber Kyle Bossens, and Daryl Newbegin. And the groom is Biffle. 4 is Can't Stop the Feeling, Scott Kohler for Courtney Bishop, who trains, owns, and grooms. 5 is Cowgirl Lily, Jason Ryan for Chantel Mitchell, who trains and grooms for Decision Theory Incorporated. Number 6, Lifelong Dream, Talbot for Greg Merlot, and the groom is Diana McIntosh. Number 7, Latte Sealster, Garrett Rooney for Jason Sherman, training, owning, and groom. And number 8, Mock My Kiss, Travis Cullen for Robert Fellows and Erna Corbeil, Jerry Robinson grooms. 9 is Beauty is Blind, Todd Moore for Pam Forgy, and Triple S Equine, and Pam Forgy is also the groom. It's a field of 9. It's race number 9. Features the Super High 5. And, well, Rob, I'm still fired up from that last race. Well, we've got a good bunch in here. We got a high 5 to get to. So let's touch on number 2, Smoke and Reactor, your top one.
Yeah, Smoke and Reactor, my top choice. Look at the betting board right now, Gary. It's, these Philly Mares contests that we usually send you home with are usually competitive ones, and right now the favorite's 7-2. So if that holds up, a great wagering event here. And the 2, Smoke and Reactor, I went with this one on top. I like the inside post. I like the fact that she's been going to the lead in her last few efforts, and last time was a winning one at Georgian Downs. She's a classy veteran that I think can maybe string some together here. 18 wins lifetime. And hopefully that she's going to be blasting off the gate tonight. 6-1 looks like a pretty good price to me.
I went with 3, Marzank Hennifer on top on the class drop.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's funny. In my head, I kept thinking that if I put her on top, you're going to say that I've got rose-colored glasses for her or something, because I've been going in her direction so many times, even though the efforts at times maybe weren't the best. But you're right. The drop is a big one here. From the preferred level now down to non-winners of 22.50 last 3, and that might be what she needs to get the job done. She's been overland in all those efforts, and a couple times, she kind of got racy when competitors came alongside of her. That's when she actually ended up finishing second at that level, and I don't mind that selection at all. I think that she's got a big chance in here, and 5-1's a decent price.
Well, full disclosure, I got on because I said he's going to get off, and this will be fun. 5, Cowgirl Lily. I was on this one last time out. It just didn't race the way I thought that she might.
Yeah, you know what? I think that it's been a bit underwhelming in both of her last 2 since coming here. We see so many horses come from Mohawk Park and then, win here, and when they get into these spots. And she finished 3rd, 2 back. I mean, Layla Blue raced really well in that effort. And then last time, Exotic Dragon, came from way out of it. And this one was forwardly placed at a short price and wasn't able to, really do too much with it on the end of it. But maybe 3rd time's a charm. I thought she'd probably take support again tonight. She is right now at 2-1. I couldn't get there on a win ticket on her, but I do think you've got to have her in the mix. I think it wouldn't be wise to kind of throw her all together, but I think Cowgirl Lily gets a piece of it, just not sure she can win the race.
And then I see her last 2 on the 9-1. Well, Beauty is Blind is one I've used on my pick 4 ticket. I think this mare with a trip could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think she can too. And the price right now is fantastic, in my opinion, at 9-1, because, last time it was numbers of 55,000 life. And you'd say, well, how does that match up against this field? And usually I would say I wouldn't want to have a part of one doing that, but she went a really tough trip. 8-hole, parked first over the whole way, only got beat 6 lengths on the end of it. And then now, before that, preferred level, now she moves back to the trailing post. If she can get away well behind Maddie's Credit, and Maddie's Credit's one that does show speed, so does Smoke and Reactor right to her right, then maybe she's got a chance in here. It's a kind of a wide open event. I'd rather have a bigger price at 10-1 than one of the shorter ones on the board right now.
And you threw Maddie's Credit on the bottom.
Yeah, just a horse that, she's got speed and she's got the rail, right? We never want to leave off the rail horse in a high five race, especially when they're going to be double digits with tactical speed. I think she pushes out of there, sets a trip, gets maybe a smaller share, but 12-1, that's okay.
Well, the one that you have is Smokin' Reactor. I think 4-1 is a pretty okay price on Smokin' Reactor. I went with Marzank Hanover on the Robert Off angle, and that one is 7-2 on the board. But the fans are on 5 Cowgirl Lily as a 2-1 favorite. Taking up position, Maddie's Credit, Smokin' Reactor, Marzank Hanover on the inside. In the center, Can't Stop the Feeling, and Cowgirl Lily to the outside. Lifelong Dream, Latte Silter, Mock My Kiss. And the second tier, Beauty is Blind. It is a field of 9. It is race number 9, the final dash. Giddy up. And the field for the 9th race is at the start of the Rav. And Maddie's Credit, Smokin' Reactor. Cowgirl Lilies moving well early as they work on around the turn. Then in the center of the track, Mars and Kennefer 4th away. Beauty is Blind is 5th, and then Can't Stop the Feeling. Lifelong Dream, trailing pair, Latte Silter and Mock My Kiss. But Maddie's Credit right now is credited with the lead, 11-1 on the board. Smokin' Reactor is 2nd. Cowgirl Lily 3rd. Mars and Kennefer is 4th right now. Then it is Beauty is Blind and Can't Stop the Feeling and Lifelong Dream and Latte Silster. And Mock My Kiss is trailing 27-4 the opening quarter. Maddie's Credit and Nat J's got the lead. Smokin' Reactor and Turk Henry in the pocket. Cowgirl Lily now is going to move to the outside and come first over. Mars and Kennefer will get that one's cover. Works to the outside, second over. And then it is Beauty is Blind to the outside as well. On the pylons, Can't Stop the Feeling, trailing 3. Lifelong Dream, Latte Silter, and Mock My Kiss. 57-3 halftime, 29-4 second panel. Maddie's Credit on the inside, getting pressured by Cowgirl Lily. Smokin' Reactor inside 3rd. Can't Stop the Feeling 4th, and Marzank Hanover is flattened out. Lifelong Dream scoots up the inside. Beauty is Blind, Latte Silter, and Mock My Kiss, but Maddie's Credit continues on. Smokin' Reactor within striking distance, and Cowgirl Lily is racing 3rd. Can't Stop the Feeling 4th, and then Lifelong Dream and Beauty is Blind. 3/4, 125-4. Maddie's Credit, Smokin' Reactor has been getting the trip, but still has work to do as Maddie's Credit looks game. Maddie's Credit, Smokin' Reactor on the inside, Can't Stop the Feeling. Cowgirl Lily, Lifelong Dream, Maddie's Credit as they come on to the finish. Maddie's Credit as they come to the finish. Maddie's Credit, Smokin' Reactor. Maddie's Credit wins it. Smokin' Reactor was second. Then Can't Stop the Feeling and Lifelong Dream, 155-2. Well, I guess you can use the inside on your high five, maybe all the way up to the top, Rob.
Yeah, you know what? Kind of kicking myself right now because, again, rail control, speed, and a horse that, she figures in here when she does get this opportunity. Smokin' Reactor just missing on the outside there after sitting a perfect 2-hole trip. But we thought Cowgirl Lily was over bet again. That one, tried a first over move, and it's not going to work out for her. And we got some big prices in behind here too. So 11-1 on top, a logical one in the second spot. But after that, we've got some pretty nice numbers. So this high five should be very interesting.
Maddie's Credit, though, I couldn't get to this one on top simply because the last time this one got to the top from post 1, got caught by Sunny Sicily, and that's the same class, so same event, but still at least is one that you can use. We used lower and probably, well, we see now, more than probably, should have used higher.
Yeah, I think so, and it's a misstep on my part. I put her in the 5th spot, and she probably deserved to be ranked a little higher because, yeah, you use that reference right there, July 6th, a long way on the lead, just got picked up, and that was by the pocket sitter who had the passing lane on that occasion. So I honestly thought Smokin' Reactor would get by her after winning last time, and being confident. But Maddie's Credit was confident too. She's coming off a win going coast to coast, and I think she probably felt that tonight when getting the job done once again.
Yeah, and my top one, Marzank Hanover, and one we've liked in the past, you got off, and I think I see why.
Well, I think it's interesting. She kind of always gives way at that part in the mile. Sometimes she fights back. This time she didn't. She kind of just took her ball and went home.
Well, one that took the ball and ran with it. Maddie's Credit, 9-year-old Up the Credit Bay mare, owned by Colonel Schneider and Cassidy Schneider. Cassidy Schneider is the trainer and the groom. Natasha Day is the winning driver. It's the second win this year, 14th lifetime. Maddie's Credit, victorious in race number 9. Ninth race payouts. 1 Maddie's Credit, $25, 20, 20, and 680. 2 Smokin' Reactor, $5.40 and 380, and 4 Can't Stop the Feelin', $5. The exactor of Maddie's Credit and Smokin' Reactor, $171.80. Dollar Try, $553.30. The double is $148. We'll have a high five carryover of $3,431. And we had a dollar win for a $591. Ninth race, order finish from the top, 127 354 986. That's 127 354 986 on the bottom. Well, that does conclude our live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action will resume on Friday. Our first race will go to post at 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Christine.